This could be a good opportunity for a beginner to get started. A lot of business owners would rather pay someone like you. You're starting a business that requires you to not have SEO skills, but you could still make money with. Not that long ago, I released a video about making money in 2020 using Google Maps, and it got a lot of great feedback. However, some people had a concern, and I got some questions about it, and it was about the Google Guarantee Program. So in today's video, we're gonna talk about the Google Guarantee Program, and I'm gonna explain to you how you can actually utilize this to your advantage coming up. Paul James here, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and take the bell notification icon because then I will update you every time I post a new video. So let's talk about the Google Guarantee Program. I'm gonna pull up a picture of it on my screen right now. Now, if you were to do a local search, for example, plumber, Cedarburg, Wisconsin, one of the first things that's going to pop up on your screen is this section right here. So you've got different plumbers that are listed here. You can see Google Guaranteed, followed by regular Google ads, followed by Google Maps. This was the section we talked about in that video about making money with Google Maps, followed by organic. So the real question is, does Google Guaranteed really hurt what you're doing on Google Maps? That is what we're gonna answer right now. Before we get into that, I wanna talk about the history of Google Maps, or Google Guarantee rather. So the Google Guarantee Program was something that originally they rolled out slowly, like most Google updates do. What they did was they rolled it out in cities over in California. It's one of the first ones I remember seeing it in only certain niches. I think it was like plumbers and locksmiths were one of the first ones I remember seeing. And they rolled it out there, they started slow, and then they moved over into bigger areas, and now it's pretty much nationwide. But the thing with the program is that it's only in certain industries that require licensing, or where people, might be worried about a contractor coming to their house. You can see why it would be good for things like plumbers or locksmiths for that matter. And what Google does is, in order for someone to be Google Guaranteed, they have to complete licensing verification and a background check for their company employees. So what that means is that there's a certain criteria that you have to meet in order to even be positioned there in the Google Guarantee Program. So what is the Google Guarantee Program really? Well, in my opinion, it's just an extra way for Google to reach their hands in your pocket and make some extra money. It's just, if you take a look at that search result page, it's basically a whole page now full of paid ads with not a whole lot of regular organic listings. Now, the thing is that this isn't in every industry, luckily. So you could avoid it entirely by targeting an industry where there is no Google Guaranteed, but you don't have to, and I'm gonna explain why, and why I think that in some scenarios it's not really necessarily a bad thing, especially if you're willing to adapt. That is always the thing. I mean, let's take a look at the music industry. I remember back when the music industry first had file sharing sites coming out like Napster and LimeWire, and a lot of bands, they were panicking. They weren't sure what to do because they were making money off of all of their album sales, right? Well, some bands got smart and they realized that they would just give music out for free and forget about selling it, let people take it. And instead they would cultivate a fan base rapidly by doing that. And then they would make their money back in other ways, by selling more concert tickets. Because think about it, if they're getting more fans from more people hearing their music that otherwise probably wouldn't have paid for it because they didn't know who they were, well, now they're amassing this fan base, they're able to make more money off of concert tickets, merch sales, and they just change their whole mindset. So what you can do is you can adapt here as well to actually use this as potentially a good thing if you want to. My opinion on this entire thing is that Google is basically, they've entered the pay per lead industry, because we've actually set some of our clients up on the Google Guaranteed Program. We'll get into that more as this video continues. By the way, smash a like on this video. Kind of random, but smash a like if you enjoy this content. It helps out the channel. It helps this video reach more people. But anyways, back to what we were talking about. We've helped clients actually get on the Google Guaranteed Program, and basically they're charged per lead. They want you to put in how much you're willing to pay per lead that they send you, which really has me wondering, and I want to ask you this question, is if Google is getting into the pay-per-lead industry, isn't that a good indicator that it's probably a profitable industry? Maybe an industry that you should think about doing as well? I mean, that's basically what our focus is when we work with our clients, and that's what I've built a lot of our software around to help out with the pay-per-lead industry. So I think this is a good sign that things are pointing towards, pay-per-lead is the way to go in 2020, and just all the way around, it's awesome. I'm gonna put a link to my masterclass in the description of this video. If you wanna learn more about the pay-per-lead industry, you should definitely check that out because it's very, very interesting, because it allows you to get started and have companies pay you without having to make any promises up front. You already have leads coming in, you charge them for the leads, and it's a done deal. So let's pretend that you're a roofing contractor. I come to you, I say, hey, I've got people who want new roofs on their house. Do you want to buy them? The answer is yes. Okay, I'm gonna send them to you. You're gonna pay me $50 every time I send one to you. That is a simple transaction. That is a no-brainer transaction that people are gonna be all over. So that is how you wanna do it. That is how you wanna position things when you're going after this. So with that being said, will Google Guarantee Program destroy Google Maps? Let me touch on my first point on this, and I'm gonna head back to the computer screen to illustrate it for you. All right, so if you look at this page again for Plummer, Cedarburg, Wisconsin, you're gonna notice something, and that is obviously the Google Guarantee, obviously the ad, but ads have been around for a long time. Ads are nothing new. And the thing that you need to realize is that a lot of people have this mindset about ads when they're searching for something, and that is they ignore them. I mean, think about TV commercials and stuff. Like, most people don't really pay attention to TV commercials unless it's like the Super Bowl and they're watching it because they want to see what the funniest commercial is. But on a day-to-day basis, you're really not paying attention all that much to advertisements around you. We develop what's called banner blindness to advertisements, and it's just human nature. So what ends up happening usually is people just scroll right past this stuff because it's ads. It says it's sponsored. This one says it's an ad. You go down immediately and you're like, all right, ignored. That's usually what ends up happening. Now, in addition to that, I think there's a certain mindset that comes with paid ads versus organic traffic in the mind of a consumer. And that is, do you really want to go with a contractor who's paying Google to show up there? Or do you want to go with the best person, the one who's ranked at top because they're the best? I think that most people are going to want to go with the person who's positioned there as the best, as the leader, as the authority in the industry, rather than someone who's paid to play, essentially. I hope that makes sense, but I really think that these are the things that go through consumers' minds when they're thinking about hiring a company. And I think that that is a big benefit of showing up in Google Maps organically versus the Google Guarantee Program. And really, to illustrate on this further and to point this out further with Google Maps, do you really think Google Maps is going anywhere? Because honestly, I don't think so. I mean, people are using Google Maps to get directions and use it as their navigation when they're going places. It's installed on all Android devices. I just really don't see Google Maps going anywhere. They're not gonna take out and wipe out all those destinations. And when you look at unclaimed listings, Google is still populating Google Maps with unclaimed listings, which means that this is a platform that they want still to stay thriving. So even though they have new programs like the Google Guarantee Program, it's not gonna eliminate Google Maps entirely, in my opinion. Also, like I said, you can entirely avoid niches that even have the Google Guarantee Program by just avoiding those niches and going after different ones. But let's look on the positive side of this, because like I said, you always want to adapt. And I'd like to hear your comments on this as well. Be sure to leave them below, and if you have any questions, let me know. But always be sure to adapt, because this is an opportunity. Like I said, we've set some of our clients up on the Google Guarantee Program actually, and we've charged them to do so because it's not a real straightforward process for a business owner. There are some hoops you have to jump through and some steps you have to learn. This is a way for you to potentially make even more money by upselling them to get them set up on this service. This could be something just like with Google Ads. that you can become an agency and manage that for them, because they don't have time to do it. They don't want to learn how to get set up on Google Guarantee. They don't want to go through all of the process in the setup. A lot of business owners would rather pay someone like you to do that for them. So if you have the right mindset about this, this could be an opportunity for you to make even more money with this service. And for people out there who aren't very big on SEO and don't want to take on the skill of it, this could be a good opportunity for a beginner to get started. You could just go learn the sign-up process of the Google Guarantee program. Google has lots of documentation on it. Get good at it, practice it, take on a friend or family member and help them get set up on the Google Guarantee program. And then from that point, you could start approaching business owners who aren't on the Google Guarantee program yet and offer to set them up on it and manage it for them for a monthly fee. This means that now you're starting a business that requires you to not have SEO skills, but you could still make money with Google and generating leads and getting into the lead generation business. All in all, I mean, I think this is just an additional opportunity that you should really be taking advantage of. I don't think you should let this scare you or deter you from Google Maps or SEO in general. It's always gonna be there. It's just a matter of how you adapt. And honestly, I mean, hey, if it scares some people away, that's awesome, because it's just less competition for the rest of us. At least that's my opinion anyways. But anyways, guys, that about wraps up this video. Smash a like on it if you enjoyed it. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at @HelloPaulJames. I upload videos there almost daily. Different content from here. You're not gonna wanna miss it. If you're not subscribed here, be sure to subscribe, take the bell notification icon, because I will then update you every time I post a new video. But until next time, guys, I am Paul James. Peace out.